we take you from meeting people to
making money
faster. Take you from meeting people to
making money.
I think this is a good time of year, Rob, to talk about overdoing things.
Yes.
Is there anything that you overdo?
First thing that comes to my mind is exercise fitness program where I just dive in like crazy and I don't make it through 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
You're one of those? No. You were just talking about swimming. You've been keeping up swimming for some time.
No, I got a new story.
Okay.
But that my past was that.
Oh, you recovered.
Yes.
That's good.
There you go.
A recovering physical fitness dropout. So that's good.
Well, I'm proud of the fact now with the new year starting and we've got discipline, all the things I'm learning from our other episodes is that I've been swimming now for 6 months, Monday through Friday.
Woo.
And a big difference in my exercise program. But before that, it was I could not get past 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I fizzled out.
Yeah. Well, and so the reason we bring this up is because networking can easily be equated to working out, physical activity.
Absolutely.
Being the January gym person who everybody else who is the 12-month round the clock, always in it.
Tortoise in the hair.
Yeah, that's right. We sit back and we go, they'll be out, and because they overdo it.
Yeah.
And the same thing applies to networking. Yeah. And it's really important to take a look at what you're doing, how often you're doing it, and what's happening if you're doing it too much, right? Here's some of the kickers. So you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Some of the kickers? All right. So I feel like one of the big kickers is we've got 5 points here, and one of these is lack of depth. And the reason this is important is because you end up spreading yourself too thin, like it's too horizontal and not enough vertical.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. I kind of equate that to putting your power team together, where you can take the hundreds of contacts you have and you can bring it down to 10, 12 people. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And then you're developing deeper relationships. So it's just balance. I think every one of these points need to incorporate that because you continually have to foster new power team relationships.
Right.
However, don't feel like you have to talk to everybody, right? Because you'll spread yourself too thin. And then you create shallow relationships.
Right, absolutely. That's what I think one of the big factors of attending mid-market professionals is about you've got such a diverse group there. You've got a great turnout, 45, 60 people there that you can, once a month, you can know and prepare of the type of people that you need to meet. If you didn't get a chance to meet them last month, well, you can set it up for this month. So, it's fine, and that goes into finding the quality networking groups that you talk a lot about.
Well, and so with that point, if you do see 60 people in a room, just know that 6 to 10 are probably good quality conversations, and maybe 4 or 5 of those will only happen at that event. The rest you need to schedule one-to-one time.
Right.
But spreading yourself too thin, I think, really is exhausting.
Absolutely.
And again, back to the networking is like working out. It's like if you overtrain a muscle, it never has time to recover.
Right.
And then you're just like, screw it, I'm done. I'm never going to the gym again, ever. So
No, that's so true because like I had said earlier, is I'm swimming Monday through Friday. I tried to say, well, I'm going to get in better shape, and so I started going Saturday. But my body couldn't do it. I needed that rest.
Yes, and then your body, your muscles, your networking muscles are building up.
Yeah.
And not getting torn down.
Yeah.
Right. They have to have recovery period.
Absolutely.
And you have to foster that with some good fuel and nutrition, networking nutrition. So what also happens, so point number 2 was it creates no purpose because you're racing from event to event. You don't even know where you are. Have you ever had those days?
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah. This world is spinning faster every day now.
Yeah. And if you live in a big metro area like we do,
yeah.
oh my, good Lord, from 6:30 in the morning until 10 at night.
Stuff's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why you've got to be deliberate and intentional
Yeah.
with your networking strategy. And again, they got to go get on the mid-market website with your calendar that you post, because you have vetted. I mean, that's where you get burnt out on vetting all the working groups out there. Dallas has got to be the networking capital of the world. But I encourage you, go to Cheryl's networking calendar at Mid-Market Professionals. She's vetted these out, and that will save you hours and hours of time.
So I know you think it's Mid-Market Professionals. It's Empowered Advantage, but that's all right. So the letter M, poweredadvantage.com.
But isn't the website Mid-Market Professionals?
That's the networking group. That's the networking group.
But the calendar is on that, though.
I don't think so.
Oh,
But,
okay.
yeah. So anyway,
Okay, sorry.
it might be, but empoweredadvantage.com, you'll find the calendar.
Okay.
But to Rob's point, yes, find some sources that can vet these things for you instead of you feeling like you have to go drive all over, insanity, and figure it out, because you will lose your purpose because you have no goals, because you're spread too thin.
Right.
Back to number 1. Number 3, coming across as transactional. Do you see this? Do you see these people?
I see those used car salesmen just coming after me, And, that's what not networking is about. We don't sell at networking events. It's about getting to know people and bringing value to other people.
Well, and so this over networking that we're talking about, I feel like the transactional quality comes out when we get tired.
Okay.
And then we revert back to what's comfortable, and that's our spew,
Yeah.
our little sales spew,
Right.
and hoping something sticks, right? If I spew enough at this networking event, I'll just go to more networking events and spew more,
Right.
Because now I'm really tired.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you know what? You're going to text one of us, you're going to message and say, oh my gosh, I hate networking. It sucks. Know what? You suck. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just sorry. That's the way it is. All right, number 4, burnout. It will create a total shutdown. This is really important. So I went to Jennifer Loading's neurofitness event last week, and I learned a lot, and there were great life lessons in there. Really things that were marriage applications, workout applications, business applications. And basically what it is you have to mitigate the circumstances along the way to avoid the blow up. To avoid the big nuclear disaster. And that happens in networking too, where you're like, I am so done. And I have reached those limits. So trying to mitigate those circumstances, going back to the calendar, going back to your stack of business cards, all the things that you haven't done. And you're like, hey, you know what? I just need to stop right now. I need to catch up. I need to get my breath. I need to get my legs back under me. Maybe just do some walking.
Right.
And not the sprints.
Yeah, when you talk burnout, what I'm create my own little quote here where I say to myself, slow down and be picky.
That's good. Slow down and be picky.
Yeah. So again, that's why you find resources, your calendar. Then you've got to just slow down. We're all going 90 miles an hour, and we've got to stop.
Yeah. You can only grow when you learn to say no. So slow down and be picky.
Yeah.
I like that. So yes, attending too many events certainly leads to burnout really fast. So don't do that. Avoid that. If you feel it's happening, then you can stop. Life is about your choices.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it's about.
And again, do you have a networking strategy?
Yep. So number 5, overloading others. I thought this was an interesting end to this list.
Okay.
Because the overloading others means you're following up too frequently. Maybe you just get into that frenzy and you're all lathered up, and you're like, I need to talk to more people. I need to see you more often. I need to have another, I had somebody that, and God bless them, I really loved them, a really super quality of individual, but we had a one-to-one, and within 2 weeks, it was like, hey, let's do our follow-up one-to-one. I'm like, I haven't even followed up with our other one-to-one. So give yourself, and maybe that other person is much more efficient than I am. So I will give them that.
Well, I think we have to remember, don't be a stalker.
Yeah.
And if you want to make yourself accountable, call the other person when you have value to give them, not just another conversation. So if you're bringing something to the table of value to that person, you can call me every week.
Yeah.
But if you just want to have lunch or have a conversation, nah, I don't have time for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a really great point. So bring value and don't stalk them. But overloading others certainly can be an over networking problem.
Yeah.
You're just a networking nuisance.
Yeah. I like that. Networking nuisance. Yes.
Is that a little networking nuisance nugget? All right, there we go. But yes, then too, people run from you. They don't run to you; they run from you.
Mm-hmm.
And so don't be that person.
Yeah.
I think at the end of this, the way we started was it's all about balance.
Yes.
If you want to survive, networking is a long game.
Yeah.
And if you want to survive, you've got to pace yourself and know that during those times when you sprint, and we have those times, like I've got some of those things coming up, like through the spring or whatever, like one thing after, if I'm not speaking at it, I'm hosting it, but then just feel the need to say, hey, no, I just can't.
Yeah.
But I'd love to share that with others. And that's how, I'd love to share that event with other people. I'd love to help you get other people, but maybe that's just not for me today.
Right.
And that's a good value add, right?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. There's so much to learn in becoming a good networker. That's what we're hoping to do through Network Today is give our audience these tips and strategies to be successful, to make networking worthwhile for them.
Yes, and breathe. Just breathe. That's really good.
Yes.
So I just want to leave you with that, right?
Yeah.
Be balanced, breathe, and make sure that you don't feel the need to say yes over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
All right. So be picky. Be picky.
Slow down and be picky.
That's right. All right. Cheers, my friend.
All right. Have a great week, everybody.
Yes, and we will see you at Connect Fest Mastermind 226. It's going to be amazing.
Woo.
All right.
Can't wait.
All right. See you then.